What's up guys, welcome back to Michael's house, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to replace the weather stripping on your exterior door. Here's a clip of my door before the replacement. On the bottom, the weather stripping isn't flush with the door anymore, so it's no longer providing an actual seal, and same with the weather stripping on the perimeter of the door. Now this is very common for older wooden doors especially, as they tend to warp over time. To fix this, we're going to be using a thicker, more flexible weather stripping product that will be better able to provide a seal even if the spacing around the door isn't perfectly aligned anymore. Now if you live in a cold climate, having properly installed weather stripping is key to reducing costly energy bills, better soundproofing of your door from street noise, and preventing unwanted drafts. This is a preview of the final product. As you can see, we installed a new aluminum door threshold on the bottom, and you can see new weather stripping on the perimeter of the door. I'm zooming in here into the corners as this is one of the most difficult parts to get right, and I go into more detail on this in the video, so definitely stay tuned for that. This video will be especially helpful if you have an older door that doesn't have a kerf, like the one shown here. This same style of weather stripping is available for doors with a kerf. The procedure will be very similar, except instead of drilling into your door frame, you'll be able to just push the weather stripping into the kerf instead. You still will need to trim the foam. Along with installing the side portion of the weather stripping, I'll also be installing an aluminum door threshold to prevent drafts from getting underneath my door. Now, depending on the style of your door, you may not need this. Here's a close-up of the exact product that we'll be using. It comes with 2 pieces for the sides and 1 for the top. Now, the first step is to remove the old weather stripping. These were held in using screws installed in the door frame. We're also going to remove the aluminum door threshold on the bottom. We'll give it a quick vacuum to clean the surface before installing the new product. For the first part of the install, we're going to install the new aluminum threshold. When I looked closer at the old pieces, I noticed it was actually the same product, but the product was obviously more dirty and the rubber was no longer soft. Now, to save myself some work, I decided to reuse the old aluminum piece, which was already cut to size. The only step I had to do was slide on the piece of plastic, or rather. And although this sounds easy, it was honestly pretty difficult, given that the rubber is such a tight fit with the metal. But this was the only door threshold that fit my situation, and once it slid on, it honestly does a pretty good job. A tip in order to assist the rubber sliding onto the aluminum: I recommend using some dish soap or hand soap like so, sliding it into the metal groove and onto the rubber itself. This acts like a lubricant to get things moving, and as you go, you'll need to keep applying more and more, but eventually you'll get there. Now, once the rubber piece is inserted all the way, take a knife or some snips and cut the excess off. Next, we'll install the threshold. To do this, insert it into place, then close the door and ensure the doorknob latch is in place. Then push the door back so the rubber is flush and under slight pressure against the door. This ensures that you'll have a tight seal when the door is shut. While holding the threshold tight against the door, drive your screws down to secure the threshold. Make sure to take your time and get this right, as if you don't have a seal, the threshold isn't really doing much. This is the final product. Next, we'll install the weather stripping on the sides and top of the door. Take your measuring tape and check the distance from the bottom of the door frame to the top, and make sure to measure both sides individually in case your frame has shifted. For mine, it turned out to be the same lengths, but it's not uncommon to be off by 1/4 to 1/8 of an inch. Here I am unpacking the weather stripping. In the package, they give you 2 sides and 1 top, and the screws to attach to the door frame. As I showed earlier, this product has a much thicker weather stripping that can seal a larger gap and make up for uneven doors. The old weather stripping was only about 1/2 centimeter, and you can see the plastic is a lot thinner, so it isn't as good at insulating. Now that we have our measurements, we can go ahead and mark our weather stripping. I recommend making it an eighth of an inch longer than you think you might need, and then dry fitting it into the door frame. Of course, you can always cut more off, but if you cut too much off in the beginning, you can't add any more back. So this is what I recommend to make sure you get it right the first time. Another tip, when cutting the metal versus the foam section, I cut the metal section at a slight angle so the two pieces, being the top and the side pieces, don't butt up against each other when you're installing them. But make sure to keep the foam the full length of the door so that you have a good seal all around. Something to keep in mind, when you're cutting the sides to size, you want to pay attention to where the holes are for the screws. You want to ensure that both the top and bottom have a screw hole relatively close so it can make good contact with the door frame and give you a good seal. Another tip, since there will be an overlap between the top and side pieces, I cut the inside layer of the top section so the foam from the side section of the weather stripping can overlap nicely. I also cut the bottom portion of the side weather stripping. If I didn't do this, there would be too much foam overlapping on the corners, causing a gap for air to travel through. It might make more sense once I show it here and also show you the finished product. As you can see here, even though there's a small gap between the corners and the metal pieces, there's no gap for the foam itself, which is what we want. I put the pieces in the door frame and dry fit it to see how the foam overlaps. I was pretty happy with this, so the next step was to secure the weather stripping to this with the supplied screws. You'll notice the holes in the weather stripping are ovals. So what I recommend is close the door and ensure the door latch engages. Then, similar with the threshold on the bottom, push the weather stripping firmly against the door frame and drive the screws into the center of the hole, or the oval rather. Do this for the entire side, and then once this is done, open the door, unscrew the screws a little bit, and push the weather stripping further towards the door so it's making contact with the edge of the screw. Then redrive the screws back into the door, and this will ensure you have a tighter seal than you did previously. If you feel you already have a very tight seal from when you installed it in the first place, you can skip this step, but I included it as my front door gets a lot of wind and I wanted to make sure that it had a very tight seal. And here is the final look of the finished product. And just like that, your door is properly sealed from the elements. After installing this, I definitely noticed a reduction in street noise and drafts right away. It's really a cost-effective way to seal off one of the biggest air leaks in your home, and I definitely recommend it to every homeowner. Taking a look at the corners, you can see how the foam overlaps, forming a nice tight seal. When I open the door, you can actually see how the foam sweeps under the upper foam, forming a nice tight seal once that door is shut. And lastly, you'll hear when I close the door an audible click, letting you know that the latch is engaged and you have a nice seal against your door. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you plan on taking on a project like this yourself, I've linked all the materials and tools I used in this video in the description. This is Michael's House, signing off. Peace.